Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new on my channel, then welcome. Now, today's video is a makeup tutorial yet again, but this is the last one in the makeup tutorial series that I have been doing lately on my channel, and this was also requested actually in two separate comments. One dear subscriber asked me to do a more wedding appropriate look, and another really sweet subscriber asked me for a more festive makeup look. And even though I did a festive makeup look in my previous video, I thought this would be something more appropriate for the New Year's Eve, which we are getting closer and closer to. So in my head, I thought I was doing two requests in one video, and I thought it would be perfect. I am again using the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. I just cannot get around this palette. I love it so much. When I thought about making this eye look, I just got a vision in my head, and I knew straight away that I wanted to use the shade Faint in this palette, which is the main sparkly shade that you can see on my eyelids. I think it is a perfect look for special occasions. It's not too much, it's not too in your face, but at the same time it is glam enough. I hope you like what turned out and that it met your expectations. In all honesty, today's tutorial was supposed to be a whole other tutorial. Another loving subscriber asked me for a tutorial on the eye look that I was wearing in my how to apply false eyelashes video, but because I thought that this makeup look would be more suitable for this time of year and for the upcoming festivities, I decided to switch the videos around. I promise I will film the tutorial that was requested about the falsies video eye look. I will do that soon as well. I am sorry that so many of the parts in the video I have done off camera. My camera kept overheating and I just couldn't film in one smooth row, so I had to like chop it up and constantly turn the camera off and on again. It was a bit of a hassle, and so many things today went wrong. At least we made it. At least we made it to the end, and we have a look, and yeah. That is it from me. I just quickly want to say thank you so much again to all of the people who have, you know, kept supporting me, who have joined my little YouTube family, who keep making requests and who keep commenting on my videos and saying all those super lovely things that just make me get teary and really emotional, because they're so sweet, and you cannot imagine how much it means to me that you guys are being so nice, and it feels like I have this group of friends all around the world, and it's such a spectacular feeling. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, and I just hope that you'll stick by me in the future as well. But yeah, I just really wanted to let you know that I truly appreciate all of you guys so much. Okay, the longest intro in the whole universe is over now, and let's jump into the tutorial. As always, I'm starting off with the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade Vanilla, just to cover up my veiny and discolored eyelids and make them all nice and prepped for the eyeshadows. And for those lovely under eyes, I am going in with the Catrice Cream Camouflage Concealer in the Wake Up Effect. Wow, I actually managed to say it right this time. Well, the obvious thing on my face, the two scabs on my cheeks. I just couldn't let these two pimples on my face be, so I had to pick them, and that's what we're left with. So I know it looks horrible, but I'm sorry, and hopefully you can just ignore that. Anyway, I used the Bourjois Healthy Balance Unifying Powder in the shade 52 Vanilla to set the concealer in place, and then I went in with the Catrice Prime and Fine Pore-Refining Anti-Shine Base. Yes, I'm still not over that primer, so that's what we went with. And then we are moving on to the eye look. I first took the shade Made for Each Other, and I am buffing that mainly in the outer V, and when I have less product left on the brush, I am moving it in the crease and also towards the inner corner of my eye. And once we have a nice transition shade going, I'm taking the shade Buns, and with a more precise blending brush, I am focusing that more so on the outer V and creating this V shape kind of cat eye effect. And then I'm going back to the previous blending brush, and I'm just buffing over everything and blending all the edges to make sure that those two colors have a seamless transition, that there are no harsh edges or anything like that. Then I took the shade Mocha, which I am building in a very specific shape, so to say. I am dragging it first in a kind of a diagonal line towards the crease, but I am focusing it really intensely in the outer V. And I am also building the color up in my crease as well, but only again once I have less product left on the brush, so I wouldn't overwhelm the crease with too many dark shades. I went over the whole thing with the previous blending brush again with no additional product, but since I felt it was not enough, I used some of the Made for Each Other shades once again and just added that back in the eye look. And then I started carving out the sort of main lid part, making it all nice and clean for the main star of the show. And I used the NARS Complete Soft Matte Complete Concealer again for that. And then I went in with the main shade, which was Faint, and I first laid it down with my finger, and then I used a more precise shader brush to go over all of the edges and, you know, make everything look nice and neat. And then I took an even more condensed brush and I first went back in the shade Mocha to define the outer edges and also the crease a bit as well, going between brushes and blending it out and adding the color and blending it out. And then I took the darker shade, which is Central Park, and this I am adding in the most outer corner of the eye, and again doing the diagonal shape and then going back in with the shade Mocha and then blending some more. So I'm basically going between those two colors. I'm taking the shade Central Park and Mocha and I'm just adding and blending those two together and making sure that the outer V is really nice and dark and deep and smoky. I did all of this stuff off camera. I applied some eyeliner, mascara, I tight lined and added some falsies. My camera was overheating and it just, you know, it wasn't working. But I used the Catrice waterproof liquid liner in the shade Don't Leave Me. The mascara is probably familiar to everyone already. It is the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara. I used the House of Lashes Boudoir lashes and I tight lined with the Anastasia Beverly Hills waterproof cream color in the shade Jet. And now you can see me covering up those lovely scabs on my cheeks. I used my absolute die-hard favorite, the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation, and I mixed together the shades number 10 and number 30. Then I went over the under eyes with one of my favorite combos as of late, and this combo consists of Maybelline's Age Rewind in the shade Nude and Wet n Wild's Photo Focus Concealer in the shade Light Ivory. And I'm putting the Wet n Wild concealer somewhat around my nose as well and a bit on the chin and blending everything out. Again, had to do my brows off camera, but to be honest, I like doing them off camera anyway because it's not really all that interesting. But I used my regulars, the Catrice Slimmatic Ultra Precise Brow Pencil in the shade Dark and the L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper in the shade Medium/Dark. And then I set my under eyes with the RCMA No Color Powder, again, a regular. And once all that was done, I finished up underneath the eyes, first taking the shade Buns and running that all over my lower lash line, and then the shade Central Park and really just packed it in the outer V of my eye. After that, the eye look was pretty much done. I just added the inner corner highlight and the brow bone highlight, and for the brow bone I used the shade in Light, and for the inner corners I used the shade Beam. And then I also used the Catrice 18-Hour Color and Contour Eye Pencil in the shade Copper Kiss in my waterline. I went over the eyeliner because of all the blending, the eyeliner got blended away a bit. And the finishing touches for the eyes, I just used the MAC False Lashes Extreme Black Mascara, and that was the eyes done. I moved on to highlighting. It felt like a very good match with the more pink champagne-y kind of eyelids. So I used the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in the shade Luminous Light, and again went over all of the highlighted areas a bit. And of course, I couldn't have it any other way. I'm turning to the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Bronzer, and as you can see, I'm very generous with it, going around all of the usual places and also slightly down the neck. You already know what the usual areas are, so yeah. And then I added the tiniest bit of blush as well. I used MAC's Mineralized blush in the shade Warm Soul. I put that on the tops of my cheeks very lightly. As I said, I'm not a huge blush person, so just the smallest amount. And then again, I went over the whole cheek area with the same brush I used to set down underneath my eyes. All that's left now is the lips, and for that I am taking the most beautiful peachy nude shade, which is the Jouer liquid lipstick in the shade Bear. I'm obsessed with this shade. And last but not the least, I'm setting the whole thing in place. First, getting rid of the powdery residue, so I used MAC's Fix Plus, and then I set it all down with Urban Decay's All Nighter setting spray. This is the look, and I really hope that you guys liked it and that you found some inspiration. Yeah, again, that's my sole purpose here. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you the very best for the upcoming year, and I hope all of your wishes come true, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!